There's a reason. Hey, there's an excuse.
No, yeah, I'm saying that was the argument.
You follow me? Or you like the page? I don't believe you. And then I need you to share the stream. I'll tell you what to do. I will tell you. You ain't got to worry about it. Now, what's your name? Kaylin.
Yes.
Now, what is Stevie calls you Kiki or something? KK. What is your name? What do you want to be called? You want to be called KK? Oh, okay. All right. Noah was the first one on here. Congratulations, Noah. You're looking sleepy.
Am I?
Who thinks he looks a little sleepy today?
Let me see your
A little
eyes.
bit.
He's dragging. He got in here a little early. Hayden's on here. Tammy Burton, thank you for getting on here. If you're on here, let me know you're on here. And if you're on here, let me see a share. Have you shared yet?
Sure.
Von Grafton, thank you for getting on here. Today I was concerned my new little hero Noah. I pull in the office and I don't see him. My first thought was he's quit. Can't do it anymore. It's kind of like I want to make this kind of like a little SEAL training. And Noah, I don't know what happened. Now he said he had to go do something. Did you have to do something this morning?
I did.
You did.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to pay my dues, my realtor dues.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Kaylin, KK, whatever. I'm gonna have a hard time with that. Thank you for getting on here. Share the stream. All right. Today's show topic is Hayden hitting his potential? I thought Hayden quit. Sunday or Monday or Tuesday, no energy. We'd look up on the board. This is how I judge if you people are alive or not. I look up there and I noticed Hayden is back in first place. Now, here's a good question to ask Hayden. Where is everybody today? I don't have an audience on here. What's going on, Van? Well, hey, we'll move on without you.
I ruined it yesterday. That's why.
You know what? You got on here yesterday and you jinxed the damn show. Thanks. So, hey, I'm going to ask Hayden a question, then this will be an indicator if he's really pursuing his potential. How many calls did you make yesterday?
225.
225. That is a huge number.
That's a lot of damn calls.
That right there. Did you know that, Noah?
I did. I was in here with him last
Well,
night.
why are you acting surprised?
I'm just congratulating.
You just making an effect, Hazel, so you think thank you for getting on here. So here. Do you know why I want y'all calling?
Makes it better.
Works is better. I'll
Takes
get
that
to you.
learning curve, shortens it.
I'll get back to you in a second, little red boy. Do you know why I want y'all to call?
Courage.
Courage. Hayden confronted Courage 225 times yesterday. Maybe he got a little callous to it after he warmed up and it didn't bother him. But usually people are going to be a little nervous when they call. Were you a little nervous?
No, I mean, a little bit. I was nervous. I get nervous when I'm calling in the car. That's what I overcame yesterday. Calling while I'm busy.
Call him mom because you can't think him. Hey, my wife is on here. She's got the pink eye. Hopefully I ain't spreading that. Joy Calvin, good to chat with you yesterday. You need to get with Van and make sure we can get that call set up. So, Hayden, how do you feel after making 225 calls?
I felt really good, but there were still things I could have done yesterday.
See, that's an indication right there. He's still pursuing his potential. If he was walking around with a big smile, acting like he's accomplished something, then I'm going to get a little bit worried. But the fact he made 225 phone calls, that really wasn't enough. Now we do know, thanks to Noah, we figured out 100 calls could be made here. You know how we figured that out? He did it. Then we decided 144 calls. And we really believed that was a number that wasn't going to be broke. We really believed that one new dude came in here and he said, fuck all y'all, and you ain't ever going to get my number. Pardon my language. I thought he set a record that would not be broken. Did you? Oh, I thought you quit. I thought Noah died. Where'd he go? Hayden died. I'm getting y'all mixed up. So Hayden had a little talk with himself. Tell us about your talk.
My talk was just...
Were you hard on yourself? Was you motivating to yourself?
You were hard on me first, and I got frustrated because I knew you were right. were
Well, that's
getting
why
on
you
me.
get frustrated.
Yeah.
If you didn't have an agreement with it, it wouldn't bother you. The only reason why it bothered you is because there's a little bit of part in there that's like, he's right, and I'm just going to wrestle with it because of my pride. What I do to make you feel like you were wrong?
Yeah, but you just were on me like on my calls, and my excuse was gonna be, well, I had a busy day.
That's what Josh
That's
said.
what I said earlier.
Josh got to use that excuse.
Yeah.
No, here's what I'm talking about today. You bring in somebody like Noah. We were a little flat. We were a little stale. We were giving up. We had made it. We hit our goals. We quit calling. Then Noah comes in here. This dude comes in here, and he don't really say anything, but then he morphs into a monster on the phone. He brought this energy. He brought this passion back. So last night, Noah, y'all's name, I'm going to start calling y'all the same name. Hayden made 225 phone calls. Hayden probably would not have done that unless some dude came in here and was like the new little shiny object, our new little pet. Let's give our attention to Noah. Hayden came in here pissed off and made 225 phone calls. A lot of you don't know how many phone calls that is, but how much time did it take to do 225 phone calls? All day long. Now, here's the reason. Whenever I tell people somebody made that many phone calls, the first time somebody that's unaware of why we do this, how many appointments did they set? Are they going to sell anything about it? Here's why I don't care about that. I want Hayden, I want Noah and Josh and the new girl, whoever makes these phone calls, I want you to think, when you walk out of here, you got a little chip on your shoulder. You feel like a badass, don't you? You got a little pride. Got a little more courage. You got a little bit more confidence. You're going to walk around with a little bit more swag. That's why you need to make these phone calls. I can look at the board and tell how you feel about yourself in the moment. Drew's going to say he's been moving. We'll give him a break.
Understandable.
Do we have to give him an understandable out? Do we have to?
Could be moving the couch talking to somebody.
He could be doing more. Because he gave up. He started moving before he actually started moving. Did y'all notice that? The dude started moving maybe 2 weeks ago. Did you know? Did you see that? And he took you with him. You were helping him move. We'd look up at the board and I would see 2 to 3 phone calls.
Congrats on the 3 calls.
Congrats. Hey, as a matter of fact, the show was about you and Drew yesterday. Congratulating you on your effort. Maybe that did that make you mad? Now, some people are going to have a problem with the way I do this, but it ain't about me. I do something to make it about you. And the way I could motivate Hayden is maybe make a show about him, bragging on him, saying how good he was doing. And then, because of that show, he made 225 calls, and he was mad. Were you mad at me all day?
No, that just pissed me off. And really, I was mad initially at you, and then I got mad at myself. Because you were right.
I'm willing to let y'all get mad at me as long as it helps you. I'm willing to do that. I don't.
Made you right.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind helping you guys get to where you want to go because I know you want that beach house. And if I know you want that beach house, but I know you're not doing what you need to do to get to it, now I feel this responsibility to give you a little nudge, just a little nudge. Drew is on here. Hello, Drew. Should we congratulate? Hey, congratulations on your new house.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. You earned it. You made 5 phone calls this week, buddy. Congrats.
Made 5 phone calls
No.
and got a new house. Good
5
for
phone calls and got a new house now. See, Drew's that same guy. Like, I push on Drew. I have very unreasonable expectations of him because I know Drew wants a very unreasonable life. He is not satisfied. I could sit here and say, you're doing great. If I'm sitting here and you're doing great and you're not doing great, you should become concerned, not about me, but about yourself. You're heading the wrong way. Which brings me to the little redhead around here. Drew, when will you be back in the office? And do you need any help? Does anybody need to go help Drew way out there in the country? I'll bump the numbers up soon enough. Well, I don't know if you're aware of this, Drew, but last night Hayden made 225 phone calls. Let that sink in while you're sitting out there on that new couch or that baby room you're making, or whatever shit you keep putting on Facebook. Whatever it is out there as you're relaxing and doing nothing, wait to go close. They're in here dialing. Yesterday was a very proud moment for me. Hey, I might even get emotional because there's this little 19-year-old guy that conned me into coming to work here about, what, a year and a half ago? Conned me into it and tricked me. I'm about to graduate. Okay. Then he's going on his senior trip, and I'm like, when I graduated college, I don't remember a senior trip. Well, he got back from his senior trip, and I'm blowing him off. And he kept calling, and I'm finally come in here. And then he came in here, and I treated him like I do most of you. What is it like when you first come in here? I don't even see you. I don't even know who you are. But John came over here. This was something that I really appreciated because what we do is a lot different than a lot of other real estate people, because I look at us as like we are the best salespeople. That's really what we are. And John came over and he wanted to pick my brain on how we make phone calls because he had to present to some other company in like New Jersey or somewhere. And Larima's out here and he's asking me questions, and then he's trying to change up the way we do it, didn't he? Kept trying to change up her strategy. He's got these long things in there, and I'm like, dude, that don't work. These people are vicious when you call them. You've called a lot of people. Are they nice to you? They ain't nice. They ain't happy. They don't want to hear from you. So John's sitting there, well, I just get in there and I just start talking about their family. Man, when somebody calls me, I'm just trying to get you off the phone. I ain't trying to talk about my dog. I ain't trying to talk about my wife. I ain't trying to do that. I'm trying to get you off the phone. And I finally said, why don't you just go back there and watch Josh? Because he was back there calling. He picked his stuff up. He walked back there, and Josh was on the phone. And then Josh made another phone call, and I mean, Josh nailed this call. I mean, he didn't sit there like some 19-year-old kid calling somebody. He called like a badass. I'm serious. I mean, he looked like, damn, look at this guy. I mean, I know John sitting there watching that was probably like this ain't the way I thought it would go. You know, Josh got on there. He took control. Didn't you? Did you feel good? What did you feel like when the owner, when John Jones, Mr. Murfreesboro Real Estate, walks in to what you call? What'd you feel like? How'd that go? Were you nervous?
No, I wasn't nervous. I was just kind of like, I'm going to do my thing real quick. I knew he would, because I heard y'all talking up here. I knew he had a few questions. He wanted to know a few things.
Hey, I'm gonna just do my thing.
I'm just going to do my thing.
I was just doing my thing. I mean, it was,
Man, he got a call. Hey, some days you could sit back there and call all day and not get somebody, but the very first call Josh made, he got somebody. And I mean, he took control. I mean, it was as good as us role playing. That's how good the call was. That's how easy. Like talking to this guy, when you're really, really good at calling, you don't have a lot of objections because you get in front of the objections based off what you ask. And I mean, Josh was very impressive. Like, I don't know if it could have been done any better, to be honest. That's how good it was. John's sitting there and he's taking notes. Now, remember, the way I've done things the last 5 years, a lot of people look from a distance and they're like, I don't know about that guy. He's got that GoodTimeTommy name. He does dumb things on Facebook. He's out in a bar. He's doing whatever. So a lot of people don't take into account the amount of substance that we have. Like, I take a lot of pride in we are the best at what we do. So John had to walk out of here like everything that I said. Here's what was cool. Everything that I told John, the way we call, the way we did it, Josh duplicated it perfect. I mean, word for word. Are you listening? Or is that just the way we do it?
yeah, no, that's what we do.
See, everybody makes the calls the same way because you want to be able to predict what they're going to say. You want to be able to control this process. You can't control the people, but you control the process by what questions you ask them. And if I had to draw it up and make it like a perfect call, Josh made a perfect phone call. I don't know if the guy will turn into anything, but the whole reason why Josh does this is when Josh gets out in front of people that are actually ready to do something, he's prepared. A lot of new people, you go out and you just don't know what to do. You don't know how to take a sales process. If you leave it up to the customer, it could stretch out this long, but when you're really, really good, you condense down a sales process. So that's the reason why Josh does it. And then, or the reason why we do it, so then they had their call night last night. And who is John over there bragging on? No, me. No, he's bragging on Josh. He's bragging on Josh because he sat there and watched what Josh does. Which, if John were to sit down there and do that, he doesn't know because he has not built out this framework that we're going to get into. And we need an exam every Saturday, Joey Calvin, 10 o'clock Saturday sales training. We do that. We make the same calls the same way, the same time, over and over and over again. And then I looked at their scripts. What are you laughing at?
What Drew said.
That you're better than Hayden? Well, see, that's what makes this place better. Is whenever somebody needs to take pride in that. Noah made 144 calls, and then somebody stepped up last night and hit 225. You know, that's how you grow. You get around other people that are pushing you and challenging you. And I don't want an environment where we hate each other. I want an environment where we push each other and we appreciate one another. So, hey, great job by Hayden. Great job by Josh. And a lot of this probably wouldn't be possible. We wouldn't be doing this if Noah didn't come in here and kind of raise the standard because we were falling flat. It was becoming like a little morgue in here, walking around, people looking miserable. But today you're going to feel a little bit different because you know you did something pretty big last night. Everybody have a great day.